Welcome to Aromatherapy Podcast. I'm Sarah.
I'm Ahona.
I'm Alex.
Michelle is on the way, having some technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll be here soon. And this week, we're just going to be talking about astrology. But to start us off, what are you guys burning?
Wax.
Okay,
That's it. Wax.
great.
I'm not burning anything this week.
That's okay.
Yay.
It's okay.
You're burning the midnight fuel. What is it when you say when you're studying a lot?
Oh, like
The midnight candle? That's not it.
midnight
What?
wax. Oh, I know what you're
It's
saying.
it's a phrase. It's like burning the midnight oil. The midnight oil.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, well, it's a phrase.
I've heard of it. I'm burning a candle I got recently called Lavender Shores, which I think is just lavender.
I saw a funny TikTok the other day that was like a guy ranting irately about like the audacity of candle makers and like how they name their scents. And Lavender Shores just reminds me of that. I mean, Lavender Shores like makes sense because you can have like a beach full of lavender, but just
I guess.
also separate. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, this is very also tangential, but just now when only you and I and the three of us knew about the midnight oil phrase, I feel like it's happened a lot in our lives where only you and I know something, and I'm not really sure that it validates either of us. Just either makes us both seem crazier, or it's just like,
But this has happened.
it happens really often on like so many topics.
Yeah, I guess it's like, I don't know, that thing where it's like, yes, like I didn't make this up.
Right. Yeah. But I feel like sometimes we both sound like we're both making it up and we're like, yeah. We're just like, oh, okay.
We just agreed to like validate each other.
Right.
Fake things that don't exist. We're like,
right.
Of course. Yeah.
Anyway, astrology.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll start. What are you guys' thoughts, experience with astrology? I feel like it's having a cultural moment right now.
I don't really have that much experience. Like a person, like I know what it is. I know my star, my zodiac sign. And I feel like it's one of those things, those like personality tests that you take, and it feels like one of those things that like in my experience sometimes really resonates. Sometimes it's like, oh, that's kind of hit or miss. And so then all in all, I kind of feel like it has like a confirmation bias thing where I'm like, oh, you read something, you're like, oh my God, that's so me. And then you're like, oh, I totally believe it. And then you read something like down the line, you're like, meh, it doesn't really match. But I mean, so I don't know a lot about it. I don't know if it's like, maybe, I don't know, but like tarot and stuff, I don't know how closely related like tarot and like astrology is.
I think tarot started as like a card game in the Renaissance era. And I think astrology has been around for
a lot longer.
Like kings and emperors used to have like astrologers to advise them on things.
I see. Because I feel like, yeah. Well, my point only being that like, I know that there's like an art to each. I just don't know that art, and I've never really like taken the time to learn it or experience it that much. So I'm always open though. I'm down to learn.
Yeah. Alex?
Hey.
Hey.
I read, this is really random, okay? I read a Cars passage about Isaac Newton the other day, and he was really into astrology.
Sorry, for context, Cars is the MCAT
I was
comprehension section.
100% was like, the movie?
I knew immediately that only I would probably like generically I probably wouldn't understand that. So anyway, continue.
I was like, wow, this is more, usually the Cars passages are really fucking dry. They're about like World War I or economic theory or something. But anyways, that's a little fun, He was thinking about the stars, but he was also thinking about astrology, and he thought the mystics were important too, so that's pretty cool. What do I know about astrology? Well, wait, sorry. This is also kind of random. I was with my grandparents for Easter this past weekend, and I forget if it was like Saturday or Sunday, but the date was 4-3-2-1. And my papa said to me, he was like, "This has got to be like a big day for numerologists." And I was like, "What? You know about numerology?" And then he was like, he looked at it was one of those moments where I was like, how that's kind of dumb for me to think like I know about this thing, and they don't when it's been around so much longer. So anyway, not that numerology and astrology are different from each other, but people talk about them in similar ways.
Yeah. Well, numerology and tarot are like linked pretty closely.
There was another date like that recently that my dad texted us about, and I can't remember what it was, but there's another date that was like really big. I can't remember. I wish I could.
I don't know a lot about numerology.
Yeah, I think he was like, God, I'll text him and maybe, I don't know. I'll text him right now. I'll text him right now and we'll see if he responds.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like a date that only happens like once in a very, very, very long time type of deal.
Well, that was like we had the recent conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter. It was like the
alignment.
100 years, like it happens, like that it gets that close. It's pretty cool.
There was some weird stuff happening a couple of weeks ago, and my friend was telling me of something with the moon. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, also the moon, like, I mean, to talk about like the science behind some mysticism stuff, but like the moon is very powerful and like rhythmic and cyclical, and it controls menstruation a lot and the tides. So what else does it control? Who knows?
Oh, one thing that my dad mentioned, this is separate from other thing.
Okay.
But we were talking about, I think it was the same conversation, but that like certain people's birthdays, I think it's like only if certain people's birthdays, like my birthday is, if you just write it all out, 01279. I think it doesn't work with my birth. Oh, it's like 0127 is my birthday. And then like if you to make it like, I don't think it works with my birthday, but if you like make it palindromic, like some people's birthdays, like my dad is January 22nd. So his is 0121. If you flip it back, that's like 10. So his like 2010 birthday should have been special or something like that.
Oh wow.
We don't remember if it was at all. Because that was his like, I don't know, like 46th birthday or something random.
If he has any lasting memories from the day.
I don't think so.
Michelle, do you want to try speaking?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
I'm using my work computer because I don't know what's going on with my other computer right now.
Fair
enough. This one.
We were just talking, what are your thoughts / experience with astrology?
Little to no experience other than people like making jokes about astrology or like casually mentioning like people's sun signs. My thoughts on it are that it doesn't make much sense unless you want it to. I think that's my position.
That's fair.
I don't really spend time. I don't like have a negative or positive view of it necessarily.
Neutral opinions.
Mm-hmm. Have a co-star?
I do. I feel like we all made one together in college.
Yeah, but I definitely deleted it a long time ago.
So did I.
Co-stars really mean sometimes. And the creator of it was like, yeah, when people like had placements in their planets that seemed hard, we would send them things to push them. And I was like, that seems rude.
I used to, when I had it, I used to get these like banner messages, like, you know how sometimes Apple will send like a reminder message, but like from CoStar, it'd be like really deep shit. I'm like, I don't really want that right now. But thanks.
I turned off CoStar notifications because it'd just be like, you are not for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Why would it say it that way? It should be the other way, that everyone is not for you. Why would they say it this way?
I don't know. It's kind of weirdly pointed.
Or rather, not everybody is ready for your company. God, why would they say it that way?
Yeah. This is what it said to me today. Maybe there's a reason you're seeing the most alarming portrayals of the present moment.
Oh, that seems like more panic inducing. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
if you want a different astrology app, Pattern is good, and also Sanctuary. I like the Sanctuary has cool memes also on Instagram sometimes, so I like that.
Nice.
Astrology memes?
Yeah.
No, they're just like wholly unrelated memes. that they would-
No, there's one where it was like a rose and thorn, like with the signs, and the only one I remember that I thought was really funny was actually Capricorn, and it was like the rose was like, "You can do it," and the thorn was like, "So why haven't you?" I was like,
Also, I hope you guys don't mind that I am eating. I haven't eaten in a while.
"That's okay."
Please eat.
What are you eating?
Um, basmati rice,
Just okay.
vegetable vindaloo, vegetable biryani, yogurt sauce. This other yogurt sauce that came with these fried balls that were like stuffed with stuff.
Okay.
Huh? Oh, here it is.
Ooh,
What's on the inside?
The inside is
Oh, that's what you're eating? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
potato and
I know,
chickpeas
chickpeas.
and
Mhm.
something else. I'm not sure what this is. I
Oh,
think it's just ginger.
they're so good.
They're
Yeah.
really good.
They're all around great choices. In India, so those are called, well, I'll go on a tangent, I guess. Those are called pani puri. Pani is water in Hindi. I don't know what puri means. I think it just means like a little like puff pastry ball thing. But they're a big street food. You fill them with, they should have come with tamarind water. Did they just come plain?
So that was one option. This was a different thing. Instead of the like spicy tamarind water, it had
Yeah.
yogurt.
No.
It was called like
Oh, yeah.
something slightly different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just like fill them with tamarind water. You just chuck the whole thing in your mouth, and you just on the street they'll give it to you in a bowl of like 6. And you see them like that. They're very good. Highly recommend.
Ooh.
They made cool crackling sounds when they got wet, so that was fun.
in like the yogurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're very airy. It's like just like a fried thing.
Yeah.
Man,
like-
now I want Indian food. Whatever. Anyway, let's move on.
That sounds like a good meal.
Let's get it started.
Yeah.
I have an astrology book written by Chani Nicholas, who also is having a moment now where I see her on YouTube doing celebrity chart readings. Also on Instagram. She's very nice. Her opinion of astrology is like, take what resonates and leave what doesn't.
Oh, I like that.
I have another meme astrology account. So memes are how I got into astrology because I wanted to understand them. So I was like, well, I have to learn about astrology then. But I've wanted to learn about astrology for like a year now, or like since senior year of college, and like only in like the past couple months have I actually started doing that. And the memes make more sense now. So goal accomplished. But one of the meme accounts wrote an astrology book, and she was like, everyone I know who's like wanted to learn more about astrology just wanted to like learn more about themselves. So I think it's one of those things where it's like it can be a really useful tool for self-reflection to think, is this true for me? Is it not? Is this something like a motif that shows up in my life a lot? And stuff like that. So
I don't know. I always get not offended, like fake offended when I read astrology stuff because it always feels like it's like this is wrong about you.
yes.
Like I rarely see it where it's like, here are your strengths and like let me go into detail about it. It's mostly like, yeah, okay, maybe you're like fiery and like passionate, but here's everything that's wrong with that, and also like very like explicit flaws also.
Yeah.
You
So-
look issues.
Yeah. You're too enthusiastic and childish for people. I'm like, okay, sorry.
Yeah, there's also a big trend with astrology of like, oh, rank, like which signs do you hate? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
yeah.
I think is very reductive. One, because as I learn more about astrology, the sun sign is a very like obviously it's very important, but it's just one aspect of your chart, and so it's like your sun sign doesn't always. It's not always everything about who you are.
Is there a reason that the sun sign, because like if you ask somebody their sign, they're referring to their sun sign, right? Is there a reason that is that supposed to be like the dominant part of your personality, or is it
It's
just
the core. It's like, yeah, it's like the core of your personality. The way that she frames it in the book is that she's like, okay, your sun sign is like your life's purpose, and then like
Hmm.
the core, your ego, your identity, like the core of who you are and stuff like that, and like what you want to do in life. And the moon sign she describes as like your physical and emotional needs, but a lot of people describe their moon sign as like who you are when nobody else is around. So a lot of people relate more strongly to their moon sign. And then she describes the ascendant as like your motivation for living and the direction your life is steered in. But a lot of people say that's like how you appear to other people, and like your first impression. Yeah, and the ascendant sign is the sign. The thing that took me until this past year, I think I learned this in 2020, which is really embarrassing to say for someone who like is really into astrology now. It's just the sky when with like what the dominant constellation was when you were born. I didn't know
oh
that for a long
yeah, I
time.
didn't know
It didn't occur to me that it was like, yeah, this is based on the stars. Like
that.
you see the constellation in the sky when it's like, I think it's Aries season right now, obviously. So you can see Aries in the sky at night, like in I think a specific place, like in Greece maybe. I don't know where it is, but
Did someone say Aries season?
it is Aries season.
Isn't
So
that crazy?
Michelle is
Yeah,
now
it's so crazy.
a crusty 24-year-old who decided that 24 is no longer crusty because she turned 24.
No, it hasn't shifted. I feel bad.
Okay.
Now that I'm 24, I feel old.
Okay.
24 is a weird year, I think.
Less than 24 hours in, and we hate
Mhm.
24.
24 is like you're no longer in your early 20s.
We're definitely in our
Yeah,
mid.
that's why I don't like it.
We're in our mid 20s, and that's disgusting.
That's like, you would think I'd be like a real person now,
No.
which is like kind of fucked up, I think.
I feel like I feel more settled in my identity than I did when I was like 20
Mm.
or like 21. So I feel like that's the nice thing where I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I'm no longer 21. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just that like when we were 21, like mid 20s seemed so far, and I thought that not that I'm like stagnant in my life, but like a lot of things are happening and things are changing a lot, but it doesn't feel like I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just my like perception, like mid 20s are like settled career people already. I am not that.
Well, because they always tell you that as soon as you graduate college, you're just going to have a career.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Definitely am not that. I'm like, it's
Yeah. I feel like the most uncertain I've ever felt. And
Right.
it feels like I shouldn't be, because somehow 24 is old. So I
Right.
think that dichotomy is kind of weird.
I think 24 is actually quite young. I think you have a lot of life left to live.
Well, I think the problem is like 24, 25 is next. Can you imagine being 25? That's
Yes.
horrifying.
I don't think I feel like I was talking to this woman at work today, and she's 30, and she was like, she was like, man, I wish that I knew that I was going to be like this driven, or I could do more. Like I would have. She's a like a stenographer, which is more of like an entry level job, and she said she would have wanted to like pursue like med school or something, and I was like, you still can, like you can still do it, like you're so young. And she was like, I'm 30, like I'm so old, I can't do anything. And it's like, if she thinks that she's too, what I mean, like at what point do you not think that?
Yeah.
Oh, do you think it's kind of like a defeatist attitude to like at every year be like, I'm too old for this, or
Then when you like when also, I'm sorry, I forgot your birthday.
That's okay.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Thank you.
Second COVID birthday in the bag.
Oh man.
Did you take the day off? Did you work? Okay, good.
Mm-mm.
She worked.
I worked.
Mm.
Yeah, I worked the whole time. Not the whole time, sorry. I worked a normal amount of hours.
Get the bread.
I mean, I guess that's good. But after this year, I decided I accidentally worked this year on my birthday, but I told them I'm never doing it again.
Okay.
So
I really
why?
wanted to. I was planning on doing it, but then I got assigned like a new thread of work, like in addition to what I'm doing, that requires me to kind of be there to
Yeah, I
do
guess
it.
that makes sense.
So I couldn't take off.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Next year.
Yeah.
I think the only other thing that I'll mention is that I think the problem with me or the reason that I freak out at every age now, in mid-20s or whatever, is that growing up I had very set expectations of what I thought being 24 or 25 or whatever meant. And I am not that I'm failing my past self, but I'm not where I thought I would be. Even to what?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say even to my 22-year-old self, I'm not where I thought I would be. So it's just sort of like, haha, okay, well, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
I think it's okay to be sad, to like I think this is like when I left chemistry, or like when I was realizing that I really didn't want to do chemistry anymore, I was like, even when I left like pre-med, it was like I thought since I was 13 that I was going to be a doctor, and like figuring out I wasn't was really hard because you're almost mourning, because you're like mourning the life that you thought you were going to live. And so like, we all have preconceptions of like where we're going to be, and it's always hard if we're not where we thought we would be.
Yeah, I'm not sad just yet. I'm just disappointed, but we'll see where I get.
It's okay to be disappointed.
I know.
The spice of life. Change is always constant.
Yeah.
What?
Change is the only constant.
That's a good one.
I like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we got really off topic, but well, not really off topic, I guess.